Welcome, dear students. I am Dr. Divakar K. Mesta, Assistant Professor from Carmel College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Nuvem, Goa. The program you are learning is Bachelor of Science, third year, Subject Botany, Semester 5, Course Code BOD 103, Course Title Economic and Medicinal Botany. Title of Unit General Account of Economically Important Plants. Module name Sugar Crop, Sugarcane. Broad outline of the module. First we will have introduction, identification and botanical description, cultivation practices, processing and utilization of sugarcane, its products and byproducts. At the end of this module, you will be able to recall botanical name and description of sugarcane plant, explain the cultivation practices, understand the processing of sugarcane, and also you will be able to list the utilization of sugarcane products and byproducts. Sugar is one such a product which every day we will be using in one or the other way. Sugar is a most important plant product used in everyday life. It is both a source of energy and a sweetening agent. Sugarcane is one of the primary source of sugar. In addition to this sugarcane, you will find sugar beet also is another very important primary source of sugar. Sugarcane is a major crop of the world, particularly in tropics and subtropics. In India, it is known to be cultivated since prehistoric times. And you will find in almost all the states, they grow sugarcane. But all over India, Uttar Pradesh is the largest producer of sugarcane. Identification of the sugarcane. Sugarcane botanical name is Saccharum officinarum, belonging to family Poaceae. But there are other species which are also grown as sugarcane. They are Saccharum barberi, Saccharum sinensis, Saccharum spontaneum, and Saccharum robustum. Saccharum officinarum or the sugarcane is a perennial rhizomatous grass with thick, solid aerial stem which may grow up to 8 meter tall. Sometimes it can grow beyond 8 meter tall also. Stem is typically jointed. You will find very typical short node and longer internodes. Color ranges from yellow to deep green, purple to red, or it may be violet color also. Leaves are with sheathing base. The sheathing base will very tightly clasp around the stem and they cover or protect the internodes. Inflorescence is a very typical light silvery colored panicle which can be seen from even far distance. Here, this is the first image is the habit. You can see clumps of sugarcane growing and you can see the stem also with nodes and internodes and the sheathing leaf base of the plants. The leaves are linear long. And here you can see the next image is the typical inflorescence which is silvery in appearance and woolly in nature. Cultivation practices. It's a crop of tropical and subtropical climate. Grows on almost all types of soils ranging from sandy soil to heavy loam. But it would prefer, that is, its growth will be best in alluvial soil. Soil is prepared well by adding farmyard manure at 12.5 tons per hectare or compost also we can add at 25 tons per hectare. Different methods are followed for planting. Some common methods are ridge and furrow method, flat bed method, and also trench method. Usually, sets of 2 buds are used as planting seeds. Here, sets means what they do, they cut the sugarcane into smaller pieces, which will have 1 node or 2 axillary nodes, that is with axillary bud, and such cuttings, they are called sets, and such numerous sets will be get ready and that will be used for planting, and they are the seeds. Because you may be knowing the seeds are very short viable in sugarcane. So we may not be able to plant them as soon as we get. So the best way is to use the vegetative propagation by using the cuttings. Regular irrigation and weeding are very important. It requires a lot of water. And as they become tall, propping is done. Propping is here. What they do, they will collect the dry intact leaves as well as the green leaves, and they will twist them like a rope and they will tie them, because as they grow taller, there will be every chance of logging. They may fall. So to prevent that, they will group few canes together and tie them, and that process is called propping. Once they attain certain height, and after 10 to 12 months, it will be ready for harvesting. They will cut the sugarcane at base and remove the dry leaves, and that will be the harvesting. Now come to processing of sugarcane. Once you harvest them, the production of sugar from the sugarcane involves following steps. First one is extraction of juice. Freshly cut canes are cut into smaller pieces and crushed through heavy rollers to squeeze out juice. But here, in one expression, it will not be able to get all the juice. So you may have to do several successive expression to get all the juice which is there in the sugarcane. The material which left behind after expression of juice is called bagasse. The juice obtained will be turbid because it will have different impurities and require purification. Next step is purification of juice. First, the juice is strained to remove insoluble and suspended particles and then subjected to defecation. Here, carbonation and this defecation is nothing but carbonation and sulfitation to remove dissolved non-sugar. The juice is heated with lime to remove free organic acids and phosphates as insoluble calcium salts. Proteins and colloidal coloring matter are removed as a thick scum matter on the surface. Precipitated calcium salt and the scum removed by filtration. Now you will get a more or less clear sugarcane juice. The next step is concentration and crystallization. Purified juice is boiled under reduced pressure until become thick syrup. This syrup is finally boiled in a vacuum pan to the point of crystallization to form a thick sticky mass, and this mass is called massicute. This dark brown mixture of sucrose crystals and mother liquor, that is molasses, is further stirred in open tank until crystallizes. These crystals are separated from molasses, and the crystals which are separated through this process, they are not very clean. They appear reddish brown or grayish in color, which require further refining. Refining and drying of crystals. Raw sugar dissolved in hot water and suspended impurities are removed by adding diatomaceous earth. Color of this product is removed by treating with carbon black and made into clear crystals. These sugar crystals are graded according to size by passing through inclined vibrators. So this is the processing of sugarcane. Now come to utilization. Sugar, you know, it is a very important source of energy in human diet. Apart from this, it is also used for manufacture of alcoholic beverages, soft drinks, confectionery, ice creams, chocolates, canning industry. Then it also will be used for hair tonics, explosives. The fine powder of sugar is highly explosive. Then photographic supplies, and also you will find so many medicines, syrup, all that will have sugar. Molasses, a byproduct of this process, is again a very valuable byproduct which will be used for production of alcohol, vinegar, glycerol, lactic acid, and also MSG, monosodium glutamate. It is also used in tanning of leather, silvering of mirror. You may not be knowing that for mirror you need sugar. Then it is also used as adhesive. Sugarcane juice as a refreshing drink, it is very well known. Then thick soft canes are chewed. Bagasse, another byproduct used as a fuel in paper industry, fiberboard as well as cardboard. Jaggery, which is very well known, that is a byproduct again, or sometime you can say it is a direct product of sugarcane, and which will be in the form of solid blocks, or it may be liquid jaggery, which will be used by many in day-to-day life. This is all about sugarcane, its cultivation, its processing, and also utilization. These are the references. Thank you.